It is hot out here. It is hot out here. I'm just gonna get on live and see what happened. I feel like, personally for me, I feel like being on live is like a diary. You know what? I'm starting to get a question. I'm just starting to get something out. Pop up in my mind, you know? And maybe I ask the question when I get more people right in here. I got a question. I got an interesting one too. It ain't deep, you know? But it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna ask probably in about like a minute. So if you're on here, either just leave and come back, or just leave, you know. But it's gonna be like about a minute before I ask that question. Other than that, you can sit here and watch me eat a Rice Krispie treat, or you can ask me something. You know what I'm saying? But I got a question. I hope I don't forget the question though. Hope I don't. When this live hit about 2 minutes, when it says 2 minutes, asking my question, I'm probably gonna keep asking until, you know, other people get their view in. You know, I really want to know what the world think towards this question. Oh shit, it is 2 minutes. Oh shit, I got that wrong. My bad. About like, I lied. It's about 2.5 minutes. I mean 3 minutes. So just hang in there, you know. I got a question. First, I want to see, before I even ask the question, really, I really got to see if people gonna be engaged. You know, I gotta see y'all hit your boy up and say what's up. You know, what's up? You know what I mean? Comment below. Give me a what's up if you live. If you up inside the if you up in the live, you know. I see I got 1 like. I appreciate that. Not many likes I get, you know, because people look at me as a hater, you know. So I appreciate it. Almost there. All right. Here's my question. Really, I should just push it off, but I'm gonna just ask it. It bugs me. What do y'all think of gang culture? Like, what do y'all really think of gangs, especially like in hip hop? But just in general, not even in hip hop, just you by yourself. What do you think of gangs? Like, I know there's the point of view that, you know, there's a lack of guidance or parenting, so some people like run the gangs because they feel accepted. I mean, like, what do y'all think about it? I gotta know, because I just see a lot of children that just like, they just love gang stuff. I never quite got it, you know. I never got the admiration of gang culture, and probably because the household I grew up in. But I never mess with gangs. I just don't. I feel like you don't really own nothing. You know, you claim you own a block. You don't really own nothing. I mean, you know, they can go into your block real quick and just tear it up and take it. It's like there's this tough person persona, and a lot of them are just like, you probably scared to get on a damn plane. The hood is really hard. Like, please elaborate. I didn't say nothing about the hood, but I'm talking about these gangs. I understand that gang and hood typically is connected, but I also know people who admire hood, who admire gang, who really don't even live in the struggle. I mean, like, I'm talking about, like, from just straight up experience that I've seen, that don't really live in no struggle, no type of like serious hood, but want to be a part of that image so bad. And it just confused me, because I'm just like, what about it? Even the fact that it's hard, like the environment, what about that environment that makes somebody say, you know what, I want to be that image, when literally that image is based off of struggle. So I'm just confused. Jonathan Canfield Japone. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little ignorant. I don't know what that means. But I really need to know, like, is it the fact of acceptance, being a part of something, like being a part of a sports team? Like, I just don't get it. There's like kids. Oh, sorry, I just got a text. There's like kids who are so about it so much that they're willing to kill other kids over it. Like, about block and hood and gang, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, but they don't even like know why they even doing it, to be honest with you. I don't quite get it. I despise gang culture. I despise it, like, with all my heart. I feel like, my opinion, I feel like look, like, let's put it in perspectives. So, like, Rizzler OZ Oz says the hood is really hard. Okay, let's put it into perspective of potential outcomes of how gang culture started. At least as far as my ignorant mind can go back. Well, I mean, I'm not saying as far as it can go back, gang culture. I'm just saying in the perspective of maybe African American gangs inside America. We know that Black Panther Party started in the 60s. I believe it was the 60s. Huey P. Newton and, I don't know, somebody else, I forgot homeboy name, started it. Now, remind you, these are college students. Them are college students started the Black Panther Party to practice self-defense and their own ideologies in their community. And their attempt was to help out their community, provide support, and provide self-defense due to the injustices of the system and of the policing. Now, media and TV was huge in the 60s, especially news, to where Black Panthers were getting a negative image because they were inciting fights with police. Of course, I'm sure some racist ass police started. I'm pretty sure. Black Panthers used to shoot at police because police used to shoot at Black Panthers. All right, anyways. Fast forward, late 60s to early 70s, I believe it's late 60s, the Crips were started. I believe Crips started in LA. Inspired by the Black Panther Party. The Crips' idea was to, Taylor Crocker, what's up? The Crips' idea was the same as Black Panthers, where they were forming an alliance in order to protect their neighborhoods, right? The issue starts, and I'm going based off of like OG Crips from like the start, based off of their words. The problem starts when internal problems happen within Crips. I believe somebody killed somebody over like some chick or something. Can you please get me an Einstein? Anyways, that happened. Crips split apart, fights, blah blah blah. Fast forward, 70s, Pyru started. Bloods, we call them. In defense of the new ignorant Crips that are wreaking havoc, Blood started. And as you can see, if you just fast forward, it just goes on and on and on. But what we do see is that the start of it was based off of injustice. So when Rizzler Oz says the hood is really hard. Okay, I understand. You got the allegiance and alliance of particularly young people due to some kind of struggle, and eventually you got a gang. That's how they call it. You know what I mean? But it gets worse when they start wreaking havoc. So out of all that, I really just want to say is I don't quite understand the gang ideologies now. Like, I understand the alliance of starting a gang. I understand that the hood is hard. I grew up in the hood, so I mean, I feel like I didn't go through nothing. You know, I was a child, but I feel like what I seen around was, you know, at least pivotal to the way I think now. You know, those struggles. But even after all that, I feel it's obvious that some people that follow within these gangs don't quite have a kind of future or a goal ahead. It's just like there's no progress that they have. What's up, the club? It's your boy, the Clovis. We about to, first of all, we about to get locked in. Get locked in. Because we hitting that gym today. Anyways, I just wanted to know, and maybe at some point, you know, somebody, you know, other people get on, you know, and comment what they think. You know, it's just a little wild sometimes when it's like I'm just talking to myself, you know. But anyways, I just want to know what people think about gangs, like, and why do we admire it so freaking much? It's like I don't know. It's like if we admire the something to feed our egos, make us feel powerful, strong, make us feel like we just the baddest, the toughest. I don't know. In the real world, most of us aren't. I don't know. I feel like it's toxic to the mind of the youth, especially when we think that is the way to go. I feel like making art about gangs is okay if you make it obvious that you're doing it in art. When you're trying to make it obvious that you're trying to put some kind of message out there. But when you make it into like, oh, this is me, this is my life, I got to be a part of this because I'm from the hood. You know how many people are from the fucking hood? And I can tell you, probably most people ain't in no gang. You know how many people in the hood that struggle? Matter of fact, Wizard of Oz, I don't know if you're still on here, because I know you said the hood is really hard. And I guess that was the justification for gangs, you know, for having gangs, I don't know. But there's a lot of people currently, right now, that live in the hood, that struggle, and they don't go down to just joining gangs. They don't. I'm sure I could just drive around the hood. I probably won't. I'll tell you that. I won't already. But I'm sure I could drive around the hood, and most people probably aren't even associated. They probably know somebody who is. I'm gonna be honest with you, but they probably aren't. they just stuck inside of a system. That's what they are. So I don't really think that fully the struggles in the hood is justification for joining gangs and doing stupid stuff. Maybe joining gang, but really a crew, and because you feel like you don't really have nobody, you know, maybe you don't have a present parents, all this kind of stuff, maybe. But to join and to do stupid stuff, that's not justification. It's just not. I'm gonna be honest with you. What a gang could do, you already got a lot of people right there to start a business, to do something different. I mean, that is what gangs should be used for, to be honest with you. That's my opinion. I just want to come in here and just state my opinion real quick. Now look, the views went back up, so I'm gonna ask the question again. What do y'all think about gangs? GANGS. I just said a whole thing. So, I mean, like, I'm not about to say it again, but I just want to know, what do y'all think about the gangs? Even if you are part of a gang and you actually on this live, you probably not. If you on my live, you probably not. I'll tell you that already. But if you were, I just need the justification of why you in a gang. You know, no disrespect. You know, I know you like to, and you like to go after people. You know, I just want to know. I'm just curious. You know, talk to me. Say what's up to your boy. You know. As a matter of fact, I just want to know all the people that like to harass me. It's like, maybe it's the wrong time. You know, 12:22. I don't know. I just want to know the people's thoughts on gangs, gangbang, gangsters. Like, what is significant about being a gangster? Do you see my message? Are you talking about the comment? Or you talking about what you texted? I saw you. I saw you text something about you made something delicious. You talking about that? The comment. Taylor, I'm not getting you no Einstein bagel. Gangsters are significant because they bring a sense of family, community, and protection to people. Gangsters are significant. Okay, gangs. Gangs are significant because they bring a sense of family, community, and protection to people. Let's analyze this. I like where it's gone. You know, like I said, some people feel like they have to feel like they have to be, what's the word? Accepted somewhere, especially when, or even protected, especially if they're in an environment where they feel like not much protection going on. For one, I want to know though, what are people feel like they need to be protected from when they join the gang? What is like that number one thing? Is it cops? Is it, the only thing I can think of, to be honest, right now is like cops, some kind of family member, like domestic abuse, or other stupid people that's probably part of gangs. See, but the problem is now when it says police and other gangs, now it's like other gangs goes back to just talking about, it's making like a cycle, like gangs are useful to fight off gangs. And that's why I get a little confused on that cycle. I think gangs would appreciate if you bought me. How do y'all block somebody on here? But anyways, that's the part that confuses me, is the cycle, because like I mentioned, there was like the start, at least it seems like, at least when we do research, is that the Black Panther Party started based off of the protection from police harassment, and then Crips started nearly doing the same thing, and then it started going on to gangs creating gangs to fend off from other gangs. And it's not even much police nowadays, because I'll be honest with you, they run from cops. Gangs are significant, but not necessarily completely positive. But not necessarily. Gangs are significant, but not necessarily and completely positive. I gotta see that. I gotta read that again. I think gangs bring a sense of community to people who are lonely and are seeking something more in life protection. But I think it shouldn't be navigated towards violence. They should be promoting positivity. How do we reconstruct gangs and even like change it? Because like obviously the word gang has a negative connotation. I wonder, like, how can we reconstruct it? I know people have been going on and trying to reconstruct it for a while. And it's obvious though that it's spreading even more, especially due to something like hip hop. Um, when people start doing new innovative techniques like trap and what's that one Pop Smoke was doing, like drill, like those get associated with certain areas that usually start off by, like drill music started off, I forgot, I think drill music started off in was it Chicago, at least in America, I think. I don't freaking know. I meant the Army is a gang. Positive people create a positive gang, and so on and so forth. This is really good. This is really good. I wonder what we could change the word to. And yeah, you're right. Army is a big ass gang. It's just funny that we call it Army. The government and world looks down upon gangs, but each country has their own gang, which is their military. Oh shit. This is getting scary. Yes, I totally agree. I agree that a military, matter of fact, if people really look at it at a macroscopic level, like Jordan Love says, or AKA Big Fo Leaf says, gangs, I mean, the governments, militaries literally are gangs that do the exact same thing. They try to quote unquote protect, they bully, they do all this kind of stuff. Even like nowadays you got I mean, it has always been war over land, and it's usually ignited by some person or system or group or whatever the case may be, that really just wants to go in and just take. Pretty much, it's a gang mentality. Instead of gang, I think we should use the word click. Oh, yeah, that's my click. Yeah, that's my click. I'm trying to think of like, so what is something like more damn, this Tesla part like ass. God damn. Trying to think of, damn, they gonna have a hard time getting out. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something that's more like acceptable, something that's like I don't know. Maybe as when you just see people inside of a group, you automatically just gonna call them a gang. I think that's how they do it nowadays. My posse. Yeah, this is my posse right here. Crew, homies. Okay, anyways, I gotta leave. That was a great talking to the two people I'm about to see in a couple of minutes. It's just crazy because it's like, okay, first of all, what's the lady doing next to the car? What's she doing? She's checking on her tire? What you doing there? Every goddamn night. I'm about to see these people in a couple of minutes. But all those who just enjoy watching, enjoy, because guess what? The villain's coming, and I got something dropping today. I think gangs can do better by uplifting the community, family, clique, cookouts, etc. Feeding the homeless. Hey, Black Panthers used to do that. And the media portrayed them like they were just savages. Now the whole world think that they are terrorists. Crazy, but yet they're not calling the KKK terrorists yet. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. They're not calling cops terrorists. That is my opinion. And I'm not saying all cops, because I do think that it is important that there is a system in which there is justice. But even though it's not practiced, I do think that ideally it's a great idea. Anyways, but I gotta go. I gotta drop something today. I'm about to end this man's career. I'm about to end it. Oh, and Jordan and Taylor, I'm coming home. Get ready to get locked in. Yellow Teeth gang, yeah.